Like, you just carry on, mate. Carry on. Okay, we're going blah, blah, blah.
What are you doing? What's that?
What's happening, Facebook fam? We are back again. The Flavor Room, Lace and Sutton, and check out these backgrounds. Please just take a moment to check out the backgrounds and tell me that how beautiful they are. They're stunning, made by one of our Flavor fam. Anyway, here to talk to you today about how the Flavor Room is different. So, Sutton, do you wanna start?
I will be the fire starter up in here.
Yeah.
So, peace and blessings, party people. Let's get into it. How is the flavor room different? Everybody likes to say that they're different, right? But how many can actually tell you how they're different? I think we did a bang up job yesterday of breaking down some different aspects of TFR on what we are and what we are not. So I think that's a great segue into today as to how the flavor room is different. Well, first and foremost, flavor room is invite only. That means just because you are breathing and you have a credit card does not mean you can get into the flavor room. It's very simple. I know it's different and it's, some people think it's exclusionary and it's all of this. No, this is about quality versus quantity. We are not over here about butts and seats, just wanting anybody in because they exist. No, we're not here banging the drum of women's empowerment and wanting you to come in just because you're a woman. And then you're like, well, wait a minute, where's the empowerment? No, we are very intentional. So invite only is not false marketing. It's not scarcity marketing. It is the standard. Okay. And we have unanimously heard from our flavor room people, our members, that they love the fact that it's invite only because they know that the integrity of the space and whatever goes on in there is protected. So that's why we are invite only. We are done from our personal experiences of being in space where everybody's coming in who doesn't have a business. Who's coming in who does not have good intentions. People who are coming in that are not aligned with the vision. So we are doing away with all of that and saying we are invite only. And the next thing that makes the flavor room different is that we have cracked the code on community, which is not something that we harp on enough. What do I mean that we have cracked the code on community? Well, as I've been saying for the past 3 days, I'm just going to say it. All of these others, yes, I said all of these other spaces do not have standards. Okay, they say that they're about transparency, they're about inclusion, empowerment, and helping you build a blah, 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 blah. But those are just words. And if they were not just words, there would not be so many entrepreneurs claiming about being lonely, claiming that they don't fit in, claiming that they're paying for things and looking around and wondering like what's going on. We just got off a call with someone earlier who said there is so much competition between women. Well, why is there so much competition between women if there's so many spaces empowering women? Make it make sense. So that's why we are coming in and we have standards. Okay, that is what builds a community, not people saying they're creating a community and bringing a group of people together and calling it a community. That's not a community. A community has to be people brought together under one purpose, that everybody's working towards the same goal to achieve something. And that cannot be done without having a clearly defined purpose and making sure that the people who are in that community are the type of people that are going to move forward with that vision and purpose. And then you have to have standards to bring everything together. Any kind of organization, okay, they have standards, and that is what keeps the organization together and makes everything cohesive. So that is why I say that we have cracked the code because no one else out here is doing this. They want the coin.
Yes.
Standards be damned. Members be damned. They just want to fill their coffers, you know, and that's fine. That's perfectly okay. But that's not what we're doing over here. So this is something that is revolutionary for the online business space where what you're buying is actually what's on the tin.
Not tripping a lot of people out.
It's blowing minds because they're like, well, wait a minute. So this is what you wrote in your content is real? Yes, it's 100% real. And how you see me show up right now on this live is exactly how you see me show up in the flavor room. There is no cap in my rap. So the next thing about the flavor room that makes the flavor room different is that it's intentional. Okay, everything that we do is based around what is the best for the community. How can our members benefit the most? Not from what we feel like or stuffing, the flavor room with our offers because we just want to sell more stuff, or stuffing the flavor room with a bunch of videos that no one's ever going to watch and calling it value. No, we are constantly innovating, not scrapping things. We are constantly innovating and refining, because since we have cracked the code on community, we have found something that works, where our people are getting results very quickly and they are feeling connected. So not only are they getting tangible results, but they are feeling connected to something bigger than them. Okay. And that is also what builds community and creates what everyone likes to call a safe space. But this is truly safe because it is invite only, right? There is a level of trust there. There's a level of trust there that's built in. And so that creates a space that is safe. And it all comes back to the intention. Everything I've laid out thus far about how the flavor room is different comes back to intention. This was created with intention from the very beginning, not to be a money grab.
Yes.
The flavor room is also different because it meets you where you are at. Okay, whatever stage you are in your business, the flavor room is here to serve you. Lace, do you want to share more about that, because you articulate it so beautifully?
Yes, absolutely. So when we say we meet you where you are at, we mean it. So we introduce tiers in order to do exactly that, because we know there is no one size fits all and we don't teach like that anyway. So we have the starter flavor, which is for the beginners who are more at the beginning of their journey, maybe 1 to 2 years into their business. So we're giving you just enough to get you going and create that momentum for you. So you will get access to our monthly business expansion sessions, which are what they say in the tin. They are made to help you expand your business, and they will be on an array of topics. So we did one on pitching, how to not sound like an NPC, but actually bring your story and personality into it. And we had one that was just actually about celebrating, not celebrating the 10K a month, not celebrating the, the $1,000 second, but actually celebrating the growth of our members from where they were at to where they are now. And having that reflection was just really, really beautiful. People really noticing what has happened for them in the time that they've been with us. So that was gorgeous. But like I said, they'll be on an array of topics. They'll never be the same. And we will never be up in here teaching you have to do X, Y, and Z. Otherwise, you're not going to get the result. No, this is more of a, here's some ideas for you. Take them and apply them to how you do you. Because that's what business is about, right? It is about doing things your way, how you feel comfortable, and how work for you. And we just bring the goodness through guest experts, through myself, through Sutton, and even for our own members. We've all got gold to share, so we bring that along. So you get access to those meetings. You also get access to our monthly brainstorming labs, which are pretty much what they say on the tin. You've got an idea marinating, you want some feedback, you want a soundboard, you come along to that, bring your ideas, and we feedback and soundboard for you. So it's all really, really good stuff. You also get access to Momentum. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen Momentum all over Facebook, all over LinkedIn. And that's more of a reset and restore kind of session, because what we don't do is float down the sea of misery and see, hear, and witness you and go, yeah, that's cool, stay right where you are in that. Nope, we want action. So we let you come, process that, put it down, and then walk away with a plan of action. You also get access to our Flavor Room directory, which has all of our members in it. So you can connect and know who's doing what and who's what. And you get some discount off mine and Sutton's private packages as well, if that's something you're interested in. So that's really for the beginners. So if you're like, that sounds amazing, book that Flavor Fit call. It's in the comments, and let's talk about that. Now we move on to the lightly seasoned. So this is for the entrepreneur who is like ready to lead those conversations, not chase them. You're further in your journey. And this is $127 a month, and you get everything in starter, plus weekly co-working sessions, which also include our new sales flow, which we've literally just come off. So that is where you create your very own sales process just for you, how it's going to fit you, and then you come along every week and do those things. So beautiful. So every week you are doing all of those sales things. I think Sutton is putting it on the screen for us now. So look at that. Yes, thank you so much, Sutton. So you get that, you get the you get featured on our podcast. Our podcast is banging. It has been only around for like 2 months, but yet we are seeing our listener numbers and download numbers double pretty much every single week. So that's a bit of PR for you. And we don't just have everybody and anybody on our podcast. Like everything else with Flavor Room, it is invite only. And there's also some more discount on there as well for mine and Sutton's packages. And then the final, the big mama jammer for the visionary who knows they're the standard, not the exception. This is a full flavor at $247 a month. You get everything in all of the previous packages, as well as event sponsorship and partnership opportunities. 20% of our packages. We have CEO circles, quarterly planning, round tables, and introductions to leaders outside of the Flavor Room as well. So this is for people who are at that stage and they're ready for the big stuff.
Yes, thank you for sharing that, Elise. And this is a perfect opportunity to bring up something that just came up today. Someone was looking at the different tiers of the Flavor Room, seeing the obvious value, and they said, well, why is your pricing the way that it is? They said that they see so many people having a membership model where it's significantly more than what the Flavor Room is, the pricing for the Flavor Room tiers. And I didn't reveal all of the reasons why we decided to price the way that we priced. But what I will say is this: we're doing what we want to do. Okay. And we've done what we've wanted to do since day one, and we will continue to do that. That is what has brought us the success thus far, and will continue to bring us the success because we are coming from a place of what we know is right, what we know we need to go and do, not what Sally Sue and her membership is doing. And something else I want to say, just from a business perspective, but also from a human perspective, when you deliver value, it's a no-brainer for people. Because what happens is there are people who, yes, their prices are significantly higher than ours, but guess what? They don't do what we do. So yeah, they may have a membership model, but I don't know what's going on inside that space. I know what's going on at home, and it's banging.
It's spicy.
I know we're not, bombarding our people with tons of dusty videos that they'll never watch. I know that we're not sending them on a round robin Easter egg hunt for coffee chats. I know that they're getting the realest of the real people, real connections, real results for their business. So if that means that I'm not going to be raining down cash tomorrow, that's fine, because my people are getting what they need and they're staying. Don't have to worry about churn rates and, keeping up with content and all of this, because our model is completely different. So there's really nothing to compare us to. And, we beat that horse yesterday. So our pricing is the way it is because we want to, and we've made it a no-brainer, and it is. So if somebody's out there charging, $500, $700, $1,000 per month for their thing, that's great. Well, what's the effort that they're putting behind it? And if you are someone who likes strategy, well, then that's a whole other conversation as to why we priced the way we did. Not going to get into that because those are trade secrets. But yes, We're about value, and that's clear. So if you're like, if the pricing that you see is kind of giving you a little bit of resistance, and you're like, oh, well, it's can't be that great because the price is, just way too reasonable. Well, I would challenge you to go ahead and book a Flavor Fit call and find out for yourself, because I think you'd be surprised.
Seriously surprised. So should we address that hesitation? Because I know that there are people who have been watching us. Maybe you're watching us now, and maybe you've been hesitating about booking that call, about reaching out, about talking to us. So we just want to address some of those points. So, and we've heard these things as well. We have heard these things from members who are inside of our room who have said things like this. So we know these things come up. So are you thinking that you're not successful enough? I would love you to define success, because it's really different for all of us. And we are not defining success of our members by their bank balance, by whether they hit that 10K month or whether they hit the 20K month or whatever it is that we're supposed to be chasing these days. That is not how we're defining success in the room. If you have a business and you show up and you get up in the morning and you do your thing, you're serving clients, you're having those conversations, you're talking to people, you have a mission. You have something here that you're here to share with the world and you're here to do. You are successful enough and we want to talk to you. Next thing we've heard, and do you want to expand on that, Sutton?
Of course, I always want to expand on these things, but for the sake of time, I won't today.
Ooh, ooh. Oh, okay. No, we're going to get through this one a bit quicker, I think. So the next thing we've heard is, I'm not a person of color. I don't want to intrude. But I'm really interested in what you guys are doing. Am I allowed to, be considered for joining as a member? Yes. We are not here excluding people because of their color. We are focused on entrepreneurs of color and diverse leaders, because we are the ones that are usually tokenized, that are usually at the bottom of the pack, left kind of pecking around, picking up them crumbs. We ain't usually the ones leading anything. But that does not mean, if you are seeing what we're talking about and you're reading our posts and you're nodding your head and you're like, do you know what? I really want to get involved in this. It doesn't matter what color you are. Reach out, book that call, let's have a chat. And if your flavor is seasoned well, you're going to be welcomed in. So don't worry about that. Don't have to worry about that at all. Just book that call.
I do
Next.
want to expand on this one, Lace. Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt you. I want to expand this one specifically because that is something that has made people very uncomfortable or kind of like not unsure. And here's why. Because we have been very honest in our marketing,
That we have.
right? Yeah. So either you're down with the honesty or you're not. But we have been very honest. So no, let me say it again. We are not excluding anyone. We are just being very clear about who we are here to serve. So whether or not you are black, brown, yellow, red, pink, polka dot, if you align with the vision of the flavor room and you are about doing business in a way that is different than the cookie cutter, right? Being human again, bringing flavor to business, you're the kind of person that we want to talk to. You're the person that would be a great candidate to be a member of the flavor room.
Absolutely. Next thing, are you afraid to be stretched? Because that's going to happen. As a byproduct, no one is going to force anything on you. Nobody is going to put you on the spot. Nobody is going to tell you have to do X, Y, and Z, but the room will stretch you simply because of who it is led by. There is nowhere to hide when you are in Sutton's world, okay? You ain't hiding. It's not happening. You could try, but it's not happening. And also the quality of the room and what is going on in there, and the chat popping off and everyone getting their results and transforming and all of those things, you're going to want to get involved in that. It's just going to be contagious. So if you are afraid to be stretched, this is not the place for you. But if you're ready to be stretched, you better come in like a rubber band and be ready, because it's going to pop off and it's going to be one of the best decisions that you make in your business. Anything you want to expand on there, Sutton, before we move on?
Yes, one thing, and I've been saying it, I'm going to continue to say it. I'm sure all of you listening have heard of or either been in spaces where it was just a pity party, where everybody's coming in and just talking about, woe is me, I can't do this, this isn't working, I'm not stuck, I'm not doing this, that, or the other kids, my husband, on and on and on. And everybody is validating that, and that is seen as being held, right? Holding a safe space, witnessing, holding a circle for trust or whatever. But is that moving you forward? How many of you are paying to be in spaces where you're like, I'm not sure what I'm getting out of this. I'm just here because I paid for it. And you don't want to, lose that investment, but you're not getting the results. You're not building the connections. You're not building the relationships. Nothing is moving except the days on the calendar because they're filled with coffee chats that go nowhere. So that's what I would want to say with that as far as stretching. It will stretch you, not because we're forcing you into anything, because this space is magnetic, because we have the standards in place, because we have said from day one, this is intentional, and we're moving with that intention. We're embodying that intention. Therefore, the byproduct, all of that, is the stretching. So that is why we don't need to position ourselves as a networking space. Networking is going to happen as a byproduct. We don't need to position ourselves as a mastermind. Masterminding is a byproduct of bringing brilliant people together under one vision.
So why, Sutton, why do I have to book a call? Because we've had this question. Why do I have to book a call for a membership? Why do I have to talk to you first?
Because we do what we want to do over here. So if that is repelling to you, that you have to book a call to be considered, not even in, but considered for a membership, then this is probably not a good fit for you. Remember what I said in the very beginning about standards? This is a part of those standards. So who would Lace and I be if we're, flapping our gums over here about standards, but we're like, oh yeah, just come, just come, just come. Like, what is that? Everybody's throwing around the word alignment. That is definitely out of alignment. And that is misleading in the marketing. So again, we're going back to the honesty and integrity here. We have standards in place. Okay. We want to be eyeball to eyeball to you. We want to have a conversation with you, not to sell you, not to try to strong arm you into the flavor room. Why would I strong arm you? Why would Lace strong arm you for $37 a month? Are you serious? Even for $127. Anybody got time for that? So we get on a call to get to know you. And you should actually be thankful, be appreciative, and feel it refreshing that somebody actually wants to get to know you. Find out about your business. Find out where you are at to see if their solution is the appropriate fit for you. And this is partially how we do our vetting, okay? How we vet. I know some people don't like that word, but it is what it is. How we vet to make sure that the flavor room is not only a good fit for you, but that you are a good fit for the flavor room. So if a call, again, is absolutely repelling, I don't know what to tell you. You can go down the street and pay 10 times more and get 10 times less. That is okay with me, but the call stands. And that is to protect both you and us.
Absolutely. Now bring us to the end. Unless there's anything you want to add.
No, I've added a lot, so I'm good.
Okay. Well, if you are picking up what we're putting down, you're like, yeah, I want to learn more about this. I want to see how I can get involved. All of the links that you need to go nosy a bit further or to go ahead and book that flavor fit call is in the comments. So just hit it, book at your convenience, and we look forward to having a chat with you very soon. And we will see you again tomorrow.
Peace.
Ciao. Live.